after all. Riley's 11 now. What could happen? What? Ah! Okay, not what I had in mind.
Whether it's to a new home, school, summer camp, different state, or even country, moving can be emotional for kids and turn their world inside out. And Drake Thomas of the Center of Integrative Counseling and Psychology is here with his 5 C's for conquering change. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning.
So glad to have you here. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about signs of stress in children. What should parents be looking for?
Yeah, when it comes to the signs of stress, we should just be looking for anything out of the normal, right? So if sleep patterns change, if there's a change in emotional outburst or irritability, changes in appetite, all of those things can be signs that a child might be feeling some stress that they don't know how to communicate.
Interesting. Okay, so obviously a big part of that, you just mentioned it, is communication, making sure that you have those open lines so that your child feels like they can tell you anything. Do you think that helps ease anxiety to have that open line of communication? Do you think it's best with a parent, or do you think it's best with someone else?
Absolutely. I mean, parent being first line is going to be most important, right? Just creating a space where the child feels like they can bring up any concerns, any questions, and then also you're creating an environment that you can give them more details. The big things that we're looking for are going to be familiarity, are going to be predictability and security, and being able to communicate those details of whatever plan and change might be coming up, offer that to them.
You know, as I hear you saying that, it makes me think, okay, kids like structure. Even though they don't know they like it, they like it, and they need that in order to stay on the straight and narrow and know that everything's going to be okay. So you have some 5 C's or whatever that kind of help out with this. Let's start with the first one. It's choice.
So choice. Choice. Parents are gonna have to make choices for their kids, right? But in the midst of those choices, as long as we can try to give them back some of that autonomy, it's gonna make all the difference for the kid. Again, we're looking for that familiarity, the predictability, and the security. And if a kid is able to pack their bags as they're moving out of town, or if they're going to camp, they're able to choose the camp that they go to. Maybe they have to get to pack the bags that they're taking with them to camp. That gives them that sense of security that can be so important for them.
Yes, and then your next C kind of goes into that, which is collaboration, working with them, like you said, to even pick a camp that they might want to go to.
Exactly. So collaboration with that piece, walking a kid into camp on the first day, not making them feel like they're alone in this, but letting them know that you're going along with them. So for your older kids, they might not want you walking them into camp, right? But talking through some of those issues that might be happening, and then working with them on what they might be able to do to face some of those issues. So if you're worried about, if the child might be worried about what it might be looking like to make new friends, talking through, okay, what do you think you can do to make new friends? What will open you up? What will open up others to be able to introduce yourself and just create a space where you can make those connections.
Give them the safe space and the confidence in order to be able to go out into the world and do the things that they are ready and prepared to do, but maybe scared to do, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's also talk about consistency, because I think that's really important in parenting, whether it's moving or just all around, right?
Right. We've said it before already, right? Familiarity, predictability. So as long as if you can keep that routine, if you're moving to a new town, for instance, moving to a new school, if you can keep the same routine that you've been able to have, so that there is some predictability in things like meal times and bedtimes and even some of the daily activities, or what day you're going to do those activities, that's a really big thing for kids. Another thing that's really important and can be helpful is if a kid is going to a camp. Maybe introducing some of that camp schedule maybe 2 weeks beforehand, so that the child will know, okay, I'm used to taking naps, but when I go to camp, I'm not going to be able to take naps. So I can get used to what that's going to be like in my day-to-day.
Interesting. Okay, so let's talk about the kids who maybe are heading to a different school in August. I feel like it's almost along the same lines. Maybe introduce it to them and maybe a month or 2 weeks ahead before they go. Would you suggest that as well?
Exactly, yes. If you can introduce them to the school, so sometimes that's driving by the school, letting them, again, throwing in that collaboration, that choice piece, and letting them, if it's an open district, letting them choose the school, letting them pick where they feel most comfortable. But again, just walking them through, letting them see what type of environments they're going to be in, all of that adds to the child's security as they go into this new environment of change.
Yes, indeed. You know what? These were really good tips this morning, and I think we can definitely write those points down, especially those bullet points when it came to your C's. Can you tell me where people can find you if they want more information?
Yes, you can find us at thecentercounseling.org or on all major media platforms for just the Center Counseling.
Thank you so much, Drake. Appreciate you being here.
No problem.